was tripping around the sea. And then I found some gold in the ground. I got the fever inside me. The first thing I found was a mine with no name. It felt good to be high on the green, 'cause in the mine you can't remember your name. So awesome sauce became the claim. La 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 la. You're mining for gold, but you're doing it all wrong. And I have to tell you now, there's another way. Empire Gold Mining, they can show you how, and we'll even have some fun along the way. We're having fun mining gold down in the sun. Digging in the dirt is what we do. It's not really hard, don't be a puss, get in your car. Come on out to Vegas today.
Alright everybody, welcome back. As you can see, my crucible is nice and red hot. Now this only took me a matter of 1 minute to get it red hot. And by doing this simple action with my heating rods and a graphite crucible, get it in there like this. Hold it right there like that for just about a minute. You can see it's already getting hot. Anyhow, you do that for about a minute. As you can tell, it's almost instantaneous to get this thing red hot. So this is what an arc kiln's looking like. These aren't exactly cheap, but they are probably the easiest, best way to get your material refined, well, not refined, but smelted quickly. This is just to show you that you can use it with my little mini kiln also. So you can get the mini kiln arc kiln, or you can get one of the larger arc kilns. Anyhow, I just thought I'd show you guys a little bit of that before I get out of here. Have fun, rock on, enjoy. Alright everybody, welcome back to Empire Gold Mining Show. I wanted to show you the arc kiln that I have here. Well, it's not really the arc kiln, this is the mini kiln that I sell, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do this on the outside of the kiln. This is that copper that I had before. I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to see how long it takes to melt this out. Shouldn't take too long. So next I get my rods, and no, I do not have to put it inside of a kiln. It does work better if I put it inside. I'm doing it this way to show you guys how it works. There's the other end. It is. Here's my mask. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold both of them close to the edge as it starts going. And I'm just going to let it sit just right there so it makes the arc, which is where the heat's coming from. You can even go inside here like this. Either way. It works a lot better if you're using the kiln though. Especially if you have a mask on, which I do not. Not having a mask on makes it a lot harder for me to hold it at the right angle. have to work it off of sound. Alright, well that's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be without putting it in the kiln itself. So I'll let it cool off. I'll put it inside the kiln here in a few minutes. You can hear it sizzling. Okay, so I decided I'd put it inside the kiln. It's the same process inside of there. I have my mask so I can actually, maybe see what I'm doing. There we go. Yep. I pulled it too far away. Come on. I'll just hold it right here, I guess. There's way too much in there. Ooh. Let's see. Well, that's not what it's supposed to do. Looks like it broke up a little bit there. Well, I'm gonna have to wait for it to cool off before I can do anything, but you guys kind of get the point there. Okay, so right there I've got it set so that it just can sit and do what it needs to do. I don't know if you can actually see in there because it's so bright it's actually flooding the camera out, which that's not normal with my other fire kiln, but still. It's getting nice and hot in there, look at that. Well, that's only going to take a few more seconds to get to the temperature that I'm wanting it at. Trying to see if I can actually see in there. Oops. Well, we'll see that here in a few minutes. Rock on. Okay, so we're back again. It's definitely hot and molten. I'm just going to give it another hit real quick from inside the crucible. Seems to work best that way. Ooh, well, that's nice and hot. There you go, look at that. So this is ready to pour. It's definitely molten copper right now. So let me get this. Where's my little... There he is. Turn that over. And get that lid off. My spacer off because the spacer's there for this extra piece. But here we go with the molten copper. I don't have anywhere I can pour this out at right now that I can find, so let me set this down. Found my board that I use. So here we are. The copper pour. Oof. Wish it just came out easier than that. Here we go. There's the copper. Nice little copper ingot. Now, as you would remember from before, that was at one time copper wire. But now, in just a matter of, I think it was about 15-20 seconds after I changed my method, instead of putting it on the outside of the crucible, I went to the inside of the crucible directly to my material. Worked 10 times better and a lot faster. So now I know I want to keep my other diode directly inside of my crucible, directly onto the material that I am smelting. So we'll give that a little while to cool off, and I'll show you what it looks like after that. But I'm definitely happy with my new furnaces, and if you're wanting one, make sure you let me know soon, because I don't think they're gonna last long. But rock on, everyone. Have fun. Alright, everybody, welcome back. So what I've got here is an arc reaction kiln. This will melt this metal down matter of, I don't know, about a minute, somewhere around there. At least with any luck. I haven't tested it on a large amount of aluminum like this to see how long it takes yet, but this is what it's going to be. So, the way this works is I've got my 2 arc reaction rods here. And it's not on right now, but what I do is I touch them together. They'll create an arc, and then I pull them apart just a little bit slowly, and I hold it there, and that creates a large plasma beam that just beams down into this cup. But I also wanted to point something out, that this plasma, when it comes out, it is very hot. I burned a hole right through this cupule, which can withstand, I think it's a 3800 degree cupule is what I used this brick for. So, but anyhow, let me get started by start with this piece of aluminum here, and even though it's a little bit big, hopefully it'll still melt down easily enough. But get my other rod, hopefully it fits in there. Touches, if not, no, it's not touching. I'll have to come at it from the top right here and do it like that. So let me hold this with my legs. Hopefully this works pretty well and doesn't go off site, so I'm not going to be able to pay attention. I just have to set it there. Alright. And I'm not supposed to do this without my mask, but that's okay. I have a little bit of shielding of the light. Hopefully this can start melting down soon. I should have a lid on this, because I'm using such a big piece of aluminum to start with. Come on now, there we go. Since I'm using such a big piece of aluminum to start with, I can't put the lid on. I want to hopefully melt some of it down before I get in there. Come on. So much easier if I can see what I'm doing, you know what I mean? There we go. Another reason I need the lid on this is because it keeps the heat in, actually makes it work a lot faster. But hopefully that gives a good melt here in the next couple of seconds. Glad I'm using this phone to block the light. Alright. Yeah, it's close. You know what? Let me get the lid on this and everything. Hold on. Alright, so I had it hot and everything for a second there, and then I kind of hit the wrong button on my phone. So let me get this back to hot. Come on. I wish I could see what I was doing in there. Where's my diode? There it is. There we go. Always takes a second. Anyhow, we'll see how long this takes real quick. Got a nice little crack in my block here, huh? Good thing these blocks are expendable. Well, I know it's molten down there. Look at that, it's messing up my screen. Alright, so what I want to do right now is I want to add a little bit more aluminum to this. As you can see, it's nice and molten in there. So I'm going to just keep adding it in there. That is warm. Hot. Let me get my poker. A lot safer. Get down there, you butthead. There you go, right in there. Alright, now I'm going to put my lid back on, and I'm going to try and find that location with my rod again. Doesn't always work as easy as you'd think. So, here's another couple of seconds in there. That was the aluminum I just hit. There we go. Come on, just arc. Come on. There we go. Now, I'm pretty sure those are already gone, but let's see. Yeah, those already melted down. So I can get a couple more. Let me hold my camera with my legs. Alright. Dirty rods. See how many of these I can get in there right now. Ooh, hot. Ooh. Dang. Alright, I think I'm going to put the lid on. Go back at it for a second. Let's see if I can get it easily. Once I find that rod. So this works a lot better if you're not using cans. If you're using actual metals that aren't coated in paint and folded up a bunch of times. If I could only get that rod, I just keep hitting the metal. There you go. Typically I don't have the metal sitting in there touching the rods. Like I said, this is just a test to see how well it's going to work with aluminum cans. See in there? Let's see if I can see the rods. Come on. Alright, well, let me see what's going on in there real quick. I'm going to set the... Ooh, that one just broke. Alright, so... There's my stir stick. There we go. And I'm just using a metal stir stick, actually, so... And all that paint. Oh, I should make it so you can see in there, huh? There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, so I just had to clean this up just a little bit. All this slag in here is bugging it. I think I need a new rod because I was playing with it yesterday. So, let me scoop some of this out real quick. It's just crappy stuff that's mixed in with the aluminum, like tin and stuff. Usually comes off pretty easily. So that's that for now. I'm going to go get 2 new rods. And I'm going to bring those back up to temp one last time so I can get a good pour out of it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Check this out. Okay, so what I have to do, since these are brand new, is I've got to clean them. They come with some type of wax on them. So what I do is I just touch them together, let them arc for just a minute, out in the open, burns off all these extra waxes or whatever is, on it. Pretty hot, but still. Looks pretty cool there, don't it, guys? Did you guys see that plasma going? That was cool, right? Alright, so those are ready to go. I'm going to stick them in. Hopefully that one's in the right spot in there. Always easiest with a brand new stick. So I'll get that going real quick. Get this thing up to heat. If I can hold my arc there, that is. Rods aren't completely clean yet, so they're on fire. See what I mean with brand new arcing rods and using just metal in here? You don't have that whole problem with all the paint and extra stuff in the can or whatever burning off out of your material. So this is definitely molten in here. I'm just making sure I got a nice good heat on it going. I don't know what that is, but it's going in. So I'm going to give this a quick stir. Darn it. That happens. Let me grab my rod. Okay, so I need to put this back down in there. And it's almost completely molten. It needed that little stir. Alright, where's my rod? There's the rod that came out. Let me grab that real quick. I'm going to shove it back in my receptacle. Alright, now let me get in there and get at this real quick. That is bright. Alright, so what happened just a minute ago is my camera ran out of life. Well, memory, whatever you want to call it. I'm just throwing the rest of the aluminum from the first melt in with the second melt, because I want to get a nice good pour out of this. So I've got it in there now. I want to show you how quick this runs through real quick using actual metal rather than cans. This will be the surprising part probably. Grab my diodes. Remember the receptacle? I'm getting a phone call. Bye. Back from the phone call. So, alright, let's see. I'll hold it with my legs as well as I can here. Do my best. And let's see how long this really is gonna take in here. So I'll insert this one. I'm gonna insert this one. They'll meet in the middle, about like there. Alright, so if I can keep my arc going. Widen the gap a little bit, improve the arc. Aim my plasma down. My plasma aimed down directionalizes the heat, forcing it all straight down. It sounds to me like it's getting close to being fully melted. I keep missing it. Alright, so there we go. I can see the molten in there. It is being a butt. Alright, let's see if I can. There we go. There we go. Got it. Like I said, sometimes it can be a kind of a pain to get your arc in the right position. But once you get it, you got it. The more you use it, the more used to positioning you will get. So it's got a little bit more in here, I can see. Alright, that sounds like it's pooling up pretty well. I like that sound, it just sounds good. Now that sound there, that's the sound of the liquids, or the metals that have been liquefied down there. Sometimes when your diodes hit the puddle, you will lose your arc, but that just happens. Alright, so this is ready to go, as far as I know. There we go, look at that. Now I'm going to give it a little stir with my stir rod, just to, make sure that it's nice and mixed in. Get off any of the extra slag that may have been left over still. And there's the slag. And now what I'm left with is this pool of aluminum. And really nowhere to put it right now. So I'm going to use this ring right here, which is actually a ring for my other kiln, but it got broken the other night. I'm just gave it a pour into there, get a nice little ingot going. Alright, not all of it came out because I waited a little bit longer than I should have, but that's okay. I can still get it out by giving it a little tap with the back of my hand. Plop right there, you see that? And I guess there's a tiny bit left in there still. I'll just scrape it out later. As you can see, tiny bit left in there. But there's my aluminum ingot. What was that? Under a minute, right? So your gold will definitely be smelting in about 1 minute with this machine. And it'll do great with plastic material. It's not going to do great with strips of metal because they have a tendency to get stuck. But, well, not get stuck, but they have a tendency to arc against the other. So anyhow, rock on, and I'll see you all soon. Or I guess I'll pause it, let this cool off, show you what it looks like all cooled off in the sun. Oof, man, that's bright. Well, there's that ingot right there, still smoldering away a little bit. But that's pure aluminum ingot out of the kiln here. Smoke is bugging me, so I'm gonna go inside, get this stuff uploaded for you all to watch on YouTube. So rock on, everyone.